I don't want to disrespect JFA at all because he does have toughness when it comes to rushing the ball. I think he might need to go ahead and become a running back because QB, you have to throw the ball as well sometimes, and it just does not seem like Jackson Arnold has the ability to read what's going on out there. You feel me? I don't think that he's anybody's program savior, but hopefully, man, the man can prove me wrong. I would love to see this young man have a great and illustrious career. Say, Lil T, is there any worries down that way? Are y'all not worried yet? I'm just asking. Are y'all not worried yet? Because for me, I would be if I had a head coach who was willing to throw the players under the bus after a loss as if it was all their fault. If your players are not playing up to par, that is a coaching problem. That is a coaching problem. Let's just be real. You have to accept your role in this situation as well. So these departures to the NFL, do y'all think they're coincidence? Or do y'all think this is cultural? I'm just asking. For me, I think there might be a little bit of cultural going on here. And I expect a lot more departures to happen within the coming days. Something cultural is seeping in to that program. And y'all may not think that losing yours is a significant loss, but y'all find out whenever Arch is the only quarterback on the roster who really doesn't have much experience in really tough games. We're gonna find out what that boy is made of. But on that same note of Quinn Ewers' departure, whenever it was initially announced that Quinn Ewers would be departing to the NFL, Jonte Cook decided to get out of that post
and get highly disrespectful towards that man.
But Jonte Cook is back in the news because of his new team deciding to depart with him now. This man has been kicked off the Husky team before even starting spring practice. What is going on, Jonte Cook? We all know the man is highly talented, but it seems as though this man is such a cancer, such a program parasite that no team, not even Washington, who's in a rebuilding phase, wants anything to do with him. Jonte, you better get your mind right, brother. You are risking an opportunity to go to the NFL and be highly successful because you have a diva attitude. Texas Tech said they're going to have them a nice football team. 70% of the funds are being allocated towards the football program. Maybe they might get to a Big 12 championship eventually. These top 10 Heisman lists of all time are so bad, man. Fox Sports and ESPN need to go ahead and retire. Get up out of the game. The same way LeBron need to get up out the NBA.
Like me, man, I love the game. I love the hustle, man. Be feeling like one of them ball playing, you know, like Bird, Magic or something. Yeah, you know, when they got dough, I could leave the league. But if I leave, the fans still gonna love me, man.
Man, who did this to my boy Russ and my boy Hurts? Y'all be wild for this. Right here is what I'm talking about when I say we don't need this type of fandom around the program. All this man Reese was doing was trying to post a rap. This man comments under it and said, "You said Brent Venables is gonna be gone next year? What has that got to do with firing my head coach?" Like, that ain't even funny. You call yourself a Sooner fan, but you're trolling our head coach. Wow. Like the good book told us, a house divided cannot stand. So it's best to eradicate people like this
from out of our house.
Ladies and gentlemen, early list season is upon us. This is not the real list season. That'll be right before the season, but they have OU ranked as the number 8 team in the nation for the most talent. Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Texas, Clemson, Oregon, and A&M are all above us. We'll see what they do next year, but I'm expecting a big year for my Sooner boys. And this just means how many blue chippers you have on your roster compared to other college football teams out there in the NCAA. Now, I would say if Rivals or ESPN put out a list, we would probably be much higher because it seems like Rivals and ESPN, they have a lot more OU players ranked a lot higher than the other two national recruiting sites in 247 and On3. College Football Home has Oklahoma ranked as number 2 with the most 10-plus win seasons at 7 in the AP era. Deeg Sports has the University of Oklahoma, our Sooners, and the Roll Tide, Crimson Tide, as the only 2 universities with multiple position U's next to their name. Of course, ours being QBU, with us having, 5 quarterbacks who played at Oklahoma actively on a roster in the NFL? Our other title being O-Line U. There's only one school that can challenge us for a claim to fame as far as O-Line U and putting O-linemen through to the NFL. And that is Michigan. Of course, Sharon Moore, a product of Oklahoma, he's out there pumping them out. But when you look at the high-end talent in the NFL, who's elite, all the elite O-linemen come by way of Oklahoma. So, hey, still stands with us and can't nobody challenge that. But I do believe that we can challenge Alabama for the title of RBU because when you look at the illustrious history of running backs at the University of Oklahoma, I believe no university can match it. Now, that's my opinion. If you're from another university, you may disagree. But before you do, you should allow me to run them off. That way you can see what your team is up against. I don't even got to go back through history. I can go back through the last 30 years or so. And what you will have is Samaj P. Ryan, Joe Mixon, Quentin Griffin, the man himself, Adrian Peterson. You have DeMarco Murray, and one of my personal all-time favorites, Billy Sims, Greg Pruitt, and Marcus Dupree. I don't think that nobody can really even match that roster from the last 30 years. Of course, Georgia had Herschel Walker. OSU had the greatest running back to ever grace the gridiron in Barry Sanders. Alabama had Mark Ingram, Trent Richardson, Derrick Henry, and a couple of other truly great running backs that I can't really think of off the top of my head right now. Ironically enough, man, South Carolina had one of my most favorite backs of all time.
And Marcus Lattimore.
I love Marcus Lattimore. If y'all don't remember Marcus Lattimore, y'all ain't really hip to the college football like that, man. That boy was a beast. But on the cool, man, I think what's going on here is a little bit of contingency bias because people see what Alabama has been doing as of lately and believe that it's better than all programs when OU has had some truly exceptional backs. I'm just saying. Sports Illustrated put out a list as well, and it was about the top 10 greatest college football programs of all time. And Oklahoma came in at number 3, just behind USC and, of course, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now, I would say for what Alabama has done lately, of course, they should be above Oklahoma. If we talking about in the AP era, yeah, of course. Okay, we'll give them that. USC, on the other hand, I don't know about that. I don't know USC. You can put them above Oklahoma and what Oklahoma has done, man. Hey, USC, prestigious program, historic program, but what have they given us in the last, 15, 16 years? Like, what have they given us? I'm just saying. And yes, I get the idea as to why Sports Illustrated as a media site put USC at number 2. It's always sunny in Southern California. There's palm trees, beaches, paradise, media capital outside of New York. So much money, so much stuff to do for a young 18, 19, 20-year-old. It's perfect. I get the idea, but it just has not manifested that way. It's not worked out like y'all thought it would. A plus B equals C in most cases, but not this one. In this situation, USC has not done anything with the elite 4- and 5-star talent that they have been receiving. Look at it like this. People claim that OU hasn't won anything significant. as far as national championships since 2000. But when you look at USC, they are really in that boat. See, OU has still maintained an elite level of success that most other programs will never achieve. They've still won conference championships, multiple consecutive conference championships, and were running the field for the most 10+ win seasons. Now, of course, Ohio State has surpassed us as of last year, but all time OU is still the #1 big dog for the most consecutive 10+ win seasons. So, hey, USC is not even close to being compared to a team like Oklahoma, a team like Alabama, a team like Ohio State as far as this era of college football. And for Texas to be number 8 over Georgia and LSU is truly diabolical. That is mind-blowing. How in the hell are they allowed to get away with this? That's criminal, man. Texas is not number 8 and damn sure ain't over Georgia or LSU. Not even Nebraska. If we talking all time, they are not over at Nebraska either. They're not even top 10. Let's be real. Texas is not top 10. I can put so many other programs within that slot. A Notre Dame, a Penn State. Like, come on, man. What are y'all doing here? How is this allowed? Clemson has been better. And here's where the bad side of the equation comes in, Sooner fans. Y'all knew it wasn't all going to be good. I can't remember exactly who put this list out. I want to say SEC Mike. But the Sooners come in ranked in the latest SEC rankings for whoever put this out as the number 14 team in the SEC. And honestly, man, I don't know how to feel about this. I do know as a Sooner fan, man, it feels a lot lower than I want it to be. But after last year, a 6-7 season, you can't really blame them for putting us here. But I will say I expect the team to do a lot better than number 14. I expect this team to shock a lot of teams within the SEC, and I expect the SEC to be fully caught off guard by it. They won't expect it. They don't understand what Oklahoma football is. They don't know about the greatness. They don't know that Oklahoma has been great, will be great, and will always be great. They don't know that. They think that we are some little brother to Texas. They believe that Texas was the one who was dominating in the Big 12. They don't know their history. They only watched the last year that Oklahoma was in the Big 12 because they knew next year we have these two blue bloods coming in. These two steamrollers. Well, one steamroller. I'm just saying it from their perspective. They think that there were two steamrollers that were coming in, and the main steamroller was Texas, when that's not the case. The only steamroller that was coming into the SEC was Oklahoma. So they're going to be fully caught off guard by it. They looking at 2 out of the 3 years that Brent Venables has been at Oklahoma have been 6-7 seasons. So they think this is what Oklahoma's about, especially under head coach Brent Venables, when they don't know that this man has been dealt all kinds of crooked cards. First year, roster completely depleted. Lincoln Riley took everything, and whatever was left ended up hitting the transfer portal, going elsewhere, recruits going elsewhere all over the SEC. That manifested into a bad year. The next year, when we had a more healthier roster, had a healthy QB, and a confident roster, we went 10-3. And we all know that OSU game, there should have been a pass interference call that left us, going into the Big 12 championship to beat Texas again, but we're not going to speak on that. This year, we all know that coming into the year, people had high hopes. Danny Stutzman was coming back. Billy Bowman was coming back. Jackson Arnold, the 5-star plus Gatorade's guy. Gatorade's National Player of the Year, a highly touted prospect coming out of Denton Guyer High School in Texas. We thought he was special. We thought he was the man. He said that he learned how to read defenses sitting behind Dylan Gabriel. That's the one thing that he learned. And also, how to control the offense a lot better. So that full year of learning from a 5-year senior who knows everything about the game is a complete, total I don't want to say game manager, but just knows the game and the construct of the game and knows how to win you a game without making plays that'll lose you a game. So we thought that that was going to show him how to operate an offense at this level. That didn't really manifest. In the bowl game, he showed off his great arm, made some great throws, had adversity, came out of that, showed that he had toughness. But of course, made those critical plays that really determined that game. But in all honesty, nobody held it against him. We knew that he was young. That's a young thing. So you grow from that. Coming into the year, we knew that there was going to be a lot of turnovers, but we expected him to be a gunslinger like he's always been. But it seemed as though the first time that he got hit by one of those D linemen, he said, nope, I'm not getting hit by these SEC D linemen no more. I'd rather run the ball and get hit by a linebacker, a safety, a cornerback maybe, but I'm not getting hit by those D linemen no more. I'm cool on that. And that was a problem. Here at Oklahoma, to be the quarterback, you have to be able to throw the ball. And not only throw the ball, we expect you to get 3,000 plus yards a season. Hey man, that's just the standard at Oklahoma. This is QBU. If you can't do that, don't come here. Now in the 80s, when we ran the triple option, that may have been fine. But in this day and age, you have to be able to throw the ball. That was a problem. And I can't tell you how many starters we lost on the offense. So he didn't have his weapons to at least bail him out whenever, he made bad throws. And there was a lot of them. Let's just be honest. Made a lot of bad throws. Whole receiving core, gone. Too deep, gone. Running backs, they were rotating throughout the year because they were consistently hurt. Hamstring issues and all kind of different stuff. O-line never truly got healthy.
It was always hurt.
And we all knew that O-line, it was their first year working with each other. So for them to be up and down, in and out, that was a problem. It was just bad all around. We had tight ends that weren't really ready to play at this level yet. Bauer Sharp, as athletic as he is, he just was not ready yet. That was his first taste of real SEC ball, real top level football. It was a lot of first for the offense last year that really set us back. A lot of injuries that set us back. On the defense, we lost some key pieces that set us back. We're not here to make excuses. All I'm saying is the SEC did not get to experience the Sooner experience yet. So coming into this year, they will be caught off guard by how talented this team is. And even without a lot of our major pieces that would have stopped any football team, we still managed to edge out 6 games. Like, just think about that. Without our starters, with a decent quarterback, because I cannot call Jackson Arnold a great quarterback. He has not shown us that he has greatness as of yet in college football. So with a decent quarterback, we edged out 6 wins in what they said was the toughest conference on the planet. We were not even close to full health. We wasn't even at 50% health. So just imagine what happens when these young players who got to play get better. When our team is fully healthy, our starters come back, there's cohesion on the offensive line. Defense is going into year 3 with each other. And you got all of these young pieces that are coming in. Just imagine what can happen if we can do that at under 50% health. I'm just saying, the SEC is in trouble. They better expect a fight, revenge to come. We coming with vengeance. I promise you. And not to mention those Sooner fans, even though majority of us know, but we have a certain portion of the fan base that lives down within the depths of the basement of the fan base who like to take jabs at our head coach, coaching staff, players, anytime anything happens. So I have to say this for them. Everything that could have went wrong throughout BV's era has went wrong. Everything as far as stuff out of his control. Now, if it was about BV's coaching, his game plan that lost us these games, of course I would have something to say. Now, would I be out here in the public talking about fire the head coach? No. But I would have something to say, about things that he did that happened on the field that caused us to lose games. But if it's something out of his control, like injuries, unexpected injuries, or like in his first year, not really having a competent roster that could compete, you can't really blame him for that. That's not his fault. That doesn't fall on him. because those are unexpected things that could happen to any coaching staff, anywhere, in any sport. If you lose your best players, you're not going to be a good team. That's just what it is. Let's just put it like this. If the Golden State Warriors lost Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, do you think Draymond Green is winning a championship? Do you think he's even making the playoffs? In the NFL, if the Chiefs lose Patrick Mahomes, are they winning the Super Bowl? Let's just be honest. It's not going to happen. Your best players is what takes you over the top. And as for SEC Unfiltered,
saying that OU's gonna go 6-6 again,
man, knock it off. Knock it the fuck off. Man, hey, I'm going to keep it professional, but I really want to say, but you dweebs over there will never see this again, and I promise you that. So, hey, keep your little opinions, because all you trying to do is troll, but I guarantee you, you're going to eat them words, and you're going to eat this here record prediction. Another day, our coach is back on the recruiting trail at Putnam City High School in Oklahoma City. Look, we got a couple 4-stars in the building, like Sincere Johnson. Of course, this man just got his offer from OU. Now, I'm not going to speak on all these. We just going to quickly run through. Jamarian Winfield, of course, has an offer at D lineman, 6'4", 290, almost 300 pounds out of the class of 2026. The man is a 4-star, 64th ranked player in the nation, 80th in a 247 composite. You have 3-star Corday Houston, a D lineman, 6'2", 255, out of Dallas, Texas, class of 2026. But whenever you look at his tape, you understand that 3-star ranking will not last long. Go ahead and look at this man. He's a dog on that D line. Five-star plus offensive tackle Emmanuel Ahinacho dropped another school off his top schools list, but OU still remains there. He says he's going to start taking visits soon and schedule all these SEC visits. Then we have Kevin Hartsfield, a running back / wide receiver, who let it be known he was invited to the March 8 Future Freaks. Then we have Isaiah M. Loalu, can't really pronounce that properly, let it be known that he has an offer, class of 2027. The young man is an All-American in his state. Then we have Xavion Griffin Haynes, a 5-star, 6'6", 230-pound edge, who is the 24th ranked player in the nation. And this young man comes in with elite measurables. Reminds me of Williams Nweri out of the 2023 class. Then we have Deshaun Womack, a 6'5", 5-star edge. This young man's profile pic is a dog, a pit bull, because that's exactly what he is, a true pit bull. He let it be known that he has an OU offer. Then we have Brian Bronner, a 100th ranked player in the nation, according to 247 Sports. He could be OU's second back in this class. And I did say second back. That was not a mishap. and I'm gonna show y'all why here in a second. Then we have the man himself and Drew Evers. Those relationships between OU and the Evers family reportedly have been mended by insiders around OU. And this boy Drew Evers, man, he looks like a dog. This boy is stout, man. This boy is ripped up on that offensive line, and he will be a huge get for OU. Right here, OU did not offer this young man, Ronald Jackson Jr. This is just what I want from OU, a swing for some potential because of this man's size. As a 6'4" cornerback / outside linebacker, this young man, he could be special with the right coaching. Now, of course, he didn't do very much at Moore High School, but the young man's tape shows that he has potential. He flies around the field, he's where he needs to be, and these are highlights, so we really don't know how he get down in the game, but you can just see the young man flying around the field and doing his thing. And for him to be that versatile, to go from cornerback to outside linebacker, that shows you that he loves to hit and shows you that he loves to tackle. He may not be a hitter because of his frame, but at OU, we put some weight on him, and just the fact that he loves to throw that big 6'4" body around, the boy could be something. He could be something on that defense. I'm just saying. This is a swing for some potential. Pensacola Catholic has a class of 2026 4-star edge named Trent Henderson, who just let it be known that he has an offer from OU. Then we have top 10 ranked class of 2026 wide receiver from Hattiesburg, Michigan. This young man comes in 6'3", so he has elite size. He's an elite prospect, and he let it be known that he has an offer from OU and multiple other schools. Michael Rhodes, the freshman phenom, as he classified himself, a 5-star. This young man let it be known he has an offer from OU as well. Kyron Maycock, 4-star athlete out of Miami Central, class of 2026, let it be known he has an offer from OU. John Stevenson, class of 2026, D lineman, let the Twitterverse know that he has been offered by D-line coach Todd Bates to come out to OU's Elite Junior Day on February 1st. So expect this young man. Then we have linebacker DeQuavez Beck. I hope I pronounced his name right. Let the Twitterverse know his top 6 school list and put OU in it. As y'all see, that consists of A&M, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Arizona State, and SMU. Offer comes in for Caden Penny, class of 2026, out of Bixby High School in Oklahoma. He's 6'5", 280 right now and only getting bigger. Then we have CJ Sana, an edge, 6'3", 225, also linebacker, the 247 has him at. A 3-star recruit, but this young man has decent measurables, especially if he's brought in as a linebacker. Then we have Colin C.J. Wright, a young running back, freshman. This young man rushed for 700 yards while never once receiving 10 carries in any game throughout the year. This young man is special. He's also a wide receiver. The young man is a special athlete. He runs track. He broke his school's record for the fastest time.
Set.
Good start, CJ. Get up.
Yeah, baby, go, baby, go, baby, go, baby, go, baby.
7-2.
Yeah.
And he has an offer from the University of Oklahoma. As y'all see, the school said that was their fastest time, confirmed. Y'all know that we've been watching this boy Caden for a while. And Caden decided that he was going to go ahead and post a young picture of him in a Sooner jersey. And this young man just pretty much confirms to y'all that the Sooners is his number one choice. That's where he wants to be. Anytime you see a recruit do something like this, it is deeper for them than, the rest of the recruits that this coaching staff is going after. So I expect Caden to be a part of this class. Then we have Kevay Foster, 7, out of Muscle Shoals High School. This young man is not ranked. He is a free safety who has really good instincts when you watch the film. I'm not just talking about the picks that he gets. I'm talking about the fact that this man covers a lot of ground and he seems to know where he needs to be. He's also a basketball player and he is really good defensively in that sport. This young man is 6'4", so y'all see OU swinging for size, trying to get bigger at all positions. Everybody needs to be above 6 foot. That's how they feel, and that's what they're swinging for. This young man has not had very many offers pour in. But like I said, OU's checking him out. So it seems like OU should be the front runner to win this young man's services. 6'4", playing the free safety position. I love the way that sounds. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I hope y'all do as well. And y'all see this young man's film. He has a lot to work on. But I believe that Brandon Hall is one of the best safety coaches in the country, and he can get something out of this young man. Just put him in that room along with the other young elite safeties that we have in that room, and you will just see this young man grow and grow and grow. Or, you could also move him over to a cheetah position and let him work his way into becoming something special at that Sam backer position. I don't know, but one thing I do know is we need to get bigger, especially in the SEC. It's all about size. It's all about length. It's all about freakish measurables, and that's what this young man gives you. Now, Sooner Nation, I just want to take a second and appreciate Deion Burks. That man let y'all know this is the place to be. You blind if you can't see. Hashtag Sooners. To me, that sounds like a jab at the ones who left. But this man is the true definition of a mighty mouse, a real dog. And this was back in December, but he doubled down on it once again and let y'all know this is the place to be. This is where I want to be. This is where I need to be. And if you the best, this is where you want to be.
What's up, Sooner Nation? Deion Burks here, man. First day back, getting to it. Got my boy RJ in the back, number 3. We all working, man. Just looking forward to a great season, man.
Y'all think that Deion Burks could have played a major part in John Mateer wanting to come here? Like a receiver like that, an athletic freak like that, who does not want to play with that type of talent? I'm just saying, everybody wants to play with that type of talent. Shout out to Deion Burks for showing y'all and showing those who left that loyalty is the real royalty. Back when we originally got Josiah Martin, I didn't see this post, but Big Mike Hawk Sr. let y'all know that Josiah Martin is a dog. He practices against NFL corners to get better. So expect this man to be able to do his maneuver on any type of top end cornerbacks in the SEC. Then we have Jaden O'Neal letting y'all know he blessed and thankful for winning the most outstanding quarterback award at the Navy All-American game. That's what's up, because we all know who was there. Seems as though Sam Spiegelman has some type of obsession with my QB1. That young man a star, ain't he? Shout out to Tristan Haynes and, of course, Brian Foje once again for being the only other 2 Sooners to be down there. Now, it has been brought to everyone's attention that former 5-star cornerback Denver Harris visited Oklahoma a couple of days ago. As of right now, there hasn't been much out there regarding his commitment. What is he going to do? I heard he's going to take a few more visits, but if you ask me in my personal opinion, I do not see this coming to fruition, nor do I feel like we really need it. You feel me? Now, there is a prospect that I believe OU needs to go after out of the MAC. 6'2", 200-pound wide receiver out of UCO, Terrell Davis. I believe this young man has star potential written all over him. When you see his swagger, you're going to think so as well. Look at the numbers this man put up last year. Most receiving yards, 1609. Most receiving touchdowns, 16. Most receptions in a game, 3. Most 200-yard games in a season, 3. Tied for most receiving touchdowns in a game, 4. This young man is a dog. Just look at his tape, man. Like I told y'all, he has that swagger of a star. And I believe that this young man could be something special. I'm not going to talk through his entire tape. I'm going to let y'all see what's going on here. That was just a beautiful catch. Super athletic. That was beautiful. How do you get that far ahead where you're out of the frame? Tell me these are not beautiful catches, man. The degree of difficulty is crazy. EJ, we gotta go get this boy. We have to. With all the smoke out there centered around Jim Knowles to OU, someone decided to put out a list letting it be known that Jim Knowles' defense this year was better than the past two defensive coordinators who won the Broyles Award for their defenses. And I would expect it to be, man, because that Ohio State defense had a crazy number of blue chip 5- and 4-star prospects on it. But I will say this, Sooner fans, one thing I've known and I've seen watching this sport for as long as I have, whenever there's smoke, there is a fire. Every time you start to see these rumors heat up like this, names thrown out there and one name is really zoned in on, it heats up like this, catches fire, man, things might come to fruition. Now, I'm not trying to go ahead and count my eggs before they hatch, but what I will say is this. It could be a possibility. Does Jim Knowles want to return to the state of Oklahoma? We know he has roots here. We know he has ties here, relationships, all that good stuff there. And that man, Brent Venables, despite what most of y'all may think, he is very highly respected amongst his peers around college football. So it could happen. It most certainly could happen. Hey, we seen something similar happen just a couple weeks ago with our defensive coordinator going to West Virginia, Zach Alley. Nobody thought that would happen in a Sooner spirit. But where there was smoke, there most certainly was a fire, and Zach Alley left. Now we looking at it like, man, it could be a blessing in disguise, because what did Zach Alley truly, honestly do at the University of Oklahoma? Jim Knowles, that's a game changer. Derek, you cannot call a game rigged on a team that you were a part of. I know this is old, but I'm just now seeing it. I don't really pay attention to Virginia Tech and Miami players. I mind my own business. But that's wild. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Family, there has never been a generation like this. A generation of recruits who do not honor commitment whatsoever. Now, do I want Ty Haywood to be a Sooner? Did I want him to be a Sooner from the beginning? Of course. But for him to go down there after believing the hype, seeing Alabama hire Kalen DeBoer as the head coach, thinking that they was going to go on this magical run that Washington went on with all those 5th and 6th-year seniors that they had on their roster. And I know DeBoer has done it at multiple stops, won a lot of games with other people's roster, but that's just not reality. This is a higher level. You're at the highest level, playing the best of the best. That's not reality. So for Ty Haywood to think that that would be a reality, now I don't know what's going on in this young man's head. I don't know what he was thinking at the time, but from the outside looking in, it seemed as though that's what enticed him, was the fact that they made this splash higher, just the what ifs. I'm sure they paid him a big bag. And of course, it's Bama, the home of the blue chipper, the home of the 5-star blue chipper. So it's all enticing, but your relationships were at the University of Oklahoma. Those were your strongest relationships. That came out of your own mouth. You decided to go ahead and cut off relationship and transition to Alabama, be a part of what they had going on. And in 1 year, not even a full calendar year, you're already done with that commitment that you made. I don't understand what's going on here. I ain't gonna lie to you. You only gave it 1 year. It's like us with BJ Brooks and Caden Green. You only gave it 1 year. Now, Caden Green, of course, left for a bigger bag. BJ Brooks, I heard a lot of conflicting stories regarding his situation. I don't know what reality is, but I will say this. You only gave it 1 year. You don't know what is to come. You have wasted no eligibility. You don't know what you could turn into. You need to stay down until you come up. That way you could be a better NFL player, or at least get a chance to make it to the NFL. Make millions of dollars. You could potentially be a first-round pick when you're ranked that high. So stay down, get developed. You do not know everything there is to know. That man, Kalen DeBoer, has had Joe Moore award-winning O-lines. So he's proven, he has a proven track record of being able to develop you, your specific position. So you stay down till you come up. Am I saying I don't want Ty Haywood at the University of Oklahoma? Of course not. Maybe the situation is just one where he came to a realization like, look, my relationships were elsewhere. The people that I cared more about, I knew more about, were elsewhere. Felt a little homesick because it's a culture shock coming from Texas, Dallas area to Alabama. Now, I'm not talking down on Alabama. It's just the truth. It's a big cultural difference. You feel me? So maybe he felt a little homesick and it's one of those situations. Then everything that I just said don't even matter. But I'm just saying, man, you know, this is a generation that really does not honor their commitment. I don't understand it. It's all about a bag whenever this is not the money that you should be concerned with. And I do understand that a lot of you will not make it to the NFL, but if you truly have that confidence and believe in yourself, you should at least give yourself a chance at the best place that will develop you the best. At this point, will Wazoo even be able to field a team? Will they have a roster? I don't know. Let's go ahead and swing for a superstar, Sooner Nation. Emmett Jones, go get Micah Hudson. Micah Hudson in Texas Tech, or Texas A&M. He left Texas Tech. They seem to be having some issues. So could Micah Hudson go back into the portal? If he does, Sooner Nation, We need to press the ones in charge to go ahead and get this man whatever he needs. But speaking of ones in charge, General Manager Curtis Lofton has decided to step down on February 1st. We'll see how much this hurts us. I don't know yet, but hey, it is what it is. But shout out to Sooner Nation for making sure that One Oklahoma reached the goal of, getting $1 million in NIL match. So, hey, seems like we doing our part. Let's keep that growing. Let's get the best of the best. Get back to being that elite program every single year, dominating, winning championships, and showing the world that they fucked up by discrediting us. Is there some unsurfaced beef going on between Joel Klatt and Josh Pate, two of the top analysts in the world? And I ain't gonna lie to you, Joel Klatt, that's been one of my favorite analysts since I was a little child. Josh Pate, I feel like is more of a sunshine pumper. Yeah, he has some good comments sometimes, but I just feel like he does a lot of sunshine pumping. Now, Josh Pate wrote Joel Klatt this about his video, where he stated if he was the commissioner, this is what he would do with the 12-team playoff. And of course, Joel Klatt decided to respond with this, letting him know, if you got comments, you can always come and be a part of the office. Basically sending little jabs at each other and whatnot. Now, I do not believe that this was really serious. I believe these men were like joking with each other, but it seems as though, there might be a little bit of friction. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit, competitive juices flowing because they are on two networks, so they're rivals. But I don't think it's really anything outside of that. Of course, they battling for that top spot, the face of college football, which Joel Klatt been for I don't know how long, and Josh Pate is trying to grow into that. So it's like Joel Klatt seeing this new guy being pushed up into his position, and that's definitely gonna create a rivalry. But I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all feel. Now, this is what Joel Klatt said in the video, and this is the part that I agree with when he spoke on Texas and, other teams getting a weaker schedule in the playoffs, basically getting a pass, getting help. Pretty much, that's what he said, getting help, pretty much. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. I know this was a lot longer. I'm trying to speed through it all. We almost had an hour already. And I just want to say, man, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, no matter where you coming from. Of course, if you're a Sooner fan, hit it. Y'all go follow me on X at SEC_Boomer. Asked y'all the last time, nobody did it. I would appreciate it if y'all do that. And once again, once we get to 1K subscribers, there will be a lot more videos posted on this platform. I'm gonna make sure we lock in for real on this one. And shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder, my bad, for making sure that they dominated the Cavaliers after what to me was a controversial loss the first time, because the referee made a call that really determined the game in the last few moments of the game. But hey, you can't allow it to go down to the refs. I'm done speaking, family. Boomer Sooner. I'm gonna leave y'all with this clip from Joel Klatt and what I agreed with that he said on his if he was the commissioner. Once again, boom, 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 boom.
In the equation so that we don't have rogue votes changing these seedings in just one 13-team, 13-person committee. 2 committees and a computer, we're just seeding them. So you got 1 and 2, and then you've got 3 through 14. Bang, there we go. First round is going to be played on campus. All right, so those 6 games get played on campus. And then here's what happens after that. This is the beautiful part. The second round, we're also going back to campus. No more of this neutral site stuff. I'm going to protect you, the fan. I don't want you having to go to 5 different neutral sites to follow your favorite team through their magical run to a potential national championship. That's not right. We need to go back to campus, and it also rewards those teams that have the higher seeds and played better in the regular season. So let's go back to rewarding the regular season. If you're a champion out of the SEC or out of the Big Ten, you not only get the bye and one of the top 2 seeds, you get to host. We saw this play out, folks, right before our eyes. We've got 4 teams in the national semifinals, or had them just this last weekend, that did not get the bye. And all the teams that got the bye in the 12-team playoff lost. Why is that? Well, in some of the cases, they got favorable matchups. Penn State got a favorable matchup. Texas got a favorable matchup after losing their conference championship games. Texas got a favorable matchup after losing their conference championship games.
Texas got a favorable matchup after losing their conference championship games.
Because we awkwardly rewarded Arizona State and Boise State with buys. Once we get away from that and we just seed teams, 1, 2, and then 3 through 14, we go back to campus in the second round, and the 1 seed would get the lowest remaining ranked team. That's how we incentivize being the best team in the country. How do you incentivize Oregon going undefeated? You give them the best matchup in the second round in their building. We got to reward teams, programs, and fan bases for having great regular seasons, and that's how you would do it. Now, the rest of the playoff, I think it's a bit up in the air, and I would have to take my next couple of weeks as commissioner to really figure out what I would want to do with the national semifinal.